Ain Amud Beis. Okay. Sorry, a bit of technical glitch over here. Maseches Shabbos Daf Ain Amud Beis Yeshua L'Nishmat Tov Yimoyer Menachem Ben Akiva, and we are in Bo Menerove Merav Nachman. Okay, Bo Menerove Merav Nachman. Yeah. Okay. Can everybody see me? Yeah. Okay. Bo Menerove Merav Nachman. The Gemara. We are in Shabbos Ain Amud Beis. The two dots, 5 lines from the top. By the way, I told you yesterday something Mishem the Rashash. But beforehand, there's Tosfos. I was discussing, and Rashash did, why is Shmuel arguing on Tanoim? But the second Tosfos already says, Loi mashmele, Shmuel de lo ki Rab Nosson de lo ki Rabbi Yossi, v'tzoch lo mar, de mikabolo kimle l'Shmuel hachi. Tosfos says that Shmuel had an earlier Kabbalah from his Rabbi Yisav, from unlike the Tanoim about this subject. So now obviously the question is, how can a Gemara has a Kabbalah different to Tanoim? I guess here the Rashash comes and says, no, it can be, as long as the Kabbalah is not contradicting what they say la halacha, and everyone agrees that the halacha is the same. The question is the source, so the Gemara can claim he has earlier sources other than Tanoim, as long as there is no difference la halacha. So Rashash complements Tosfos. Before we continue, let's have a rerun of the first Mishnah, which we're dealing with all the time. And the Mishnah tells us as follows: there are 3 cases of shgogas here. Yeah, there are 3 cases. Case number 1: a person completely forgot about Shabbos. Either was Tinik Shanishba, or he forgot about Shabbos Bechlal. He doesn't remember about the existence of Shabbos whatsoever, Seder, and therefore he doesn't know the concept. And he did, unfortunately, many Chilul Shabbos led by that mistake. How many chatos does it bring? Only 1. Guy number 2 is the person who once or repeatedly forgot that today is Shabbos, and therefore he did the malachos. He has to bring a chatas per Shabbos. On Monday, Tuesday, at some point, that was actually Shabbos back then. Yeah, so that happened to people on trip. I heard a shmuz, but Reb David Kaplan gave a shmuz about Yiras Shamayim, the first night of Slichas. And he said there were 2 women, Haredi women from England. They went to Switzerland for a week, and the psychologist told them that they have to be completely disconnected from the world, because they've been through a trauma, an accident, and they were so disconnected, and they came to the airport and they realized it's the wrong day. And then looking back, they said, hey, Shabbos was actually Sunday or Friday. So that they'll have to bring 1 chatas when Beis HaMikdash will be built. As we saw, people have to bring chatas when they do now. When Beis HaMikdash, we saw it earlier in the first parak. What about the third guy? Guy number 3 knows very well today's Shabbos. He dresses very nicely with a tie, and he goes to shul on Shabbos. He doesn't drive to shul even, very frum. And what about him? He forgot at some point, right? Or he didn't know. That's another shaila. He forgot or he didn't know about certain malachas. And he did certain malachas, 3, 7, 5, however many he did. He has to bring chatois per malacha. Right? Very good. Now, we saw Brisa before, which was by Rav Nachman. And we said, what happens when a person forgets both? Let's say a person doesn't know today's Shabbos, and he doesn't know that the malacha is osir either. Both. He thinks today's Sunday, and he, from some reason, never heard about mechatech. He's cutting pieces of wood or paper, thinking that it's okay to do it on Shabbos, and also he thinks today's Sunday. He has 2 mistakes. 2 mistakes. Then the question is, let's see what the Gemara is asking. Rov asks Rav Nachman, Helem ze v'ze b'yodoi mahu. Yeah, Helem ze v'ze b'yodoi, which means, yeah. Sorry, I'm back. Helem ze v'ze b'yodoi mahu. What happens if the person made both mistakes? He's mistaken about Shabbos and mistaken about the melachas. Helem ze v'ze b'yodoi mahu. Okay. Amalei harei helem Shabbos b'yodoi ve'eno chayav ve'lo achas. So he says, well, he's chayav only 1. This is what Rav Nachman believes. He's chayav 1. He's chayav to bring 1 chatas because of the big mistake of Shabbos, and he doesn't have to bring regarding the small ones. Now the question is, both Rashi and Tosfos are bothered by a question, and the Ritva explains both Rashi and Tosfos. If you want to tell me that he forgot all 39, right? If he forgot all 39 melachas, let's say Zebazeh means all 30. We said already that if a person, don't tell me tchumin, don't say the T word, but let's say the person forgot 39 melachas, so for him Shabbos is nothing, is a regular day. and Kiddush and Avdallah is not really in Yom Isra b'Melacha. So if he doesn't know any of the 39, that's considered to be what? Clearly, like the first guy of the Mishnah, he's like a Tinuk Shenishba. He's like the guy Shochech Ikar Shabbos. And if so, what's the question? The Reisha, right? There's Reisha Metzias and Sefer. The Reisha already told me that this guy really has to bring one Chattas. That bothers all the Rishonim. Yeah, get the question? If all 39 are missing, then it's garnished b'chlal. So he's considered to be what? A helem ikar Shabbos. So of course he has to bring one chattas. Tarashi is meramez, and the Ritva is taking the hint. The enechinami. We're talking here about a guy who forgot about 38 melachos. There's some melachos he does, some he doesn't. Like many nice Jewish boys. He knows about certain melachos of Oro, Bishul, Tzvia. He doesn't know about the Shnei Ba'atei Nirin and Mesartet. Those he doesn't know. Okay, so good, Seder. So he knows some melachos, right? And he forgot 7, 10, 15 melachos. He learned it in Cheder, then he forgot. Plus, the whole Shabbos, he also forgot that today is Shabbos. There's a question. Tosfos gives, what? Why don't we say Tchum? Because we will say it at the end. But the question is, the Havamina, in the Havamina Kilo, why? Yeah, when the Gemara asked the question to begin with, the Gemara will get to Tchumin later. The Gemara will get there at the end, but they're trying to understand the Havamina, the Rishonim. Tosfos says something else. Tosfos says, again, with explanation of the Ritva, that the guy who completely forgot about Shabbos is not like the guy who forgot all 39. Why? The guy that forgot about Shabbos completely, when you tell him it's Shabbos, he says, very nice. He does know about Shabbos. He's like a Tinuk Shenishba, with one difference as a Ritva, that he once learned about it, he completely forgot about the concept of Shabbos. V'shenken, the guy who knows, let's say you tell the guy, this is Boirer? Ah, right, it's Boirer. He forgot 39 things. It's true that at the end of the day, he doesn't know anything, but his forgetfulness is, let's say you tell a guy from Tel Aviv, it's Boirer. What do you mean? It's like Chinese to him. He Bichlal doesn't know there's a thing called Shabbos, except the Haredi people all throw stones, but he doesn't know anything chutz mezeh, right? But Shenken, the guy who forgot all 39, you have to press the memory button on all 39. When you tell him, that this is Boirer, when I was in Frum school, when I was 5 years old, when I was in Russia, before I was a Cantonist, I remember Boirer. Now, what will bring him back to memory is Boirer, Meraket, Zoire, Zorea, Mevashel, Tovea, Rishus, Loshus. That's the difference. So the result is none of them knows about Shabbos, but one of them forgot about the concept in general, and he won't be reminded by Melachos. He has to be reminded about the whole concept to begin with. There is such a thing called Shabbos. Well, the second guy will be reminded right away, or when he refreshes memory, regarding different Melachos. According to Tosfos, he could have forgotten all 39. That's how the Ritva explains Tosfos. You're welcome to see for yourselves, but this is basically it. That's in the Havamina. You're right. We'll get to Tchumin, I promise, at the end. But at the moment, we're trying to understand the Havamina. How did the Gemara at the beginning understood the difference between the two? What? Oh, very good. Makes a lot of difference. Why? When the guy forgot about the concept of Shabbos, his mistake was one big mistake, and the Mishnah says that, and our Gemara doesn't deal with it. The guy forgot that there's a mitzvah called Shabbos in general. Therefore, we say his forgetfulness is big. He doesn't know about Shabbos bichlal. He forgot there is a concept called Shabbos l'chol dover v'inyan, right? And therefore, clearly brings one chattas because he forgot about Shabbos bichlal. The Shenken, a guy who lets it slowly forgot. He forgot about. Unfortunately, he went slowly off the derech. He went to the Russian army. All these horror stories, the Kantonistim, the Teimoni. He went to a kibbutz. All these things, right? So slowly, he forgot each and every melacha separately. So these forgetfulness, he forgot stuff 39 times. He knew about 39, let's say, and he forgot one by one. Therefore, he has to bring 39 chatos, maybe. Okay? Now, the problem here is this guy doesn't know 39, according to Tosfos. Plus, he happens to think that today is not Saturday, which for him is just Saturday. He thinks it's Friday. So the question is, how many chatos will he bring? Will he bring 39 or will he bring one? Because, which side of the stick do you hold? So now, Omar Le says Rav Nachman, Harei Helem Shabbos B'Yoda Ve'Enochai Velo Achas. No, says Rav Nachman, because Shabbos, we'll understand the logic afterwards. Says Rav Nachman, the more dominant forgetfulness is Shabbos. Because he forgot about Shabbos, it's more dominant, more important. They're showing him say, to be explained later, that more than the 39 details, and therefore it's Chayv 1 and not 39. Frag the Gemara, dominant shmaminant, Adarabba, Rehelim Elochas Biyadoi, V'chavel Kolachas V'achas. Who told you? Why? He forgot 39 things. It's true that he forgot that today's Shabbos, but he also forgot all 39. So why don't, or according to Rashi, 37. So why don't you give him 37? Well, who says? Well, why are you saying it's more? Elo Amar Ravashi, therefore says Ravashi, no. Chazinan, let's see let's test him. Let's see what actually happened. How did this guy actually remember to do teshuva? The Rishonim say, what makes him be choizer b'tshuva? Because chatas is a hoydel of chatosoi. It's your journey for tshuva. Imishum Shabbos kaporish. Let's say you shouted to the guy, Shabbos. You see a guy, it's Shabbos, right? And what's he doing? He's cutting, takes a piece of wood with a ruler. He takes 8 centimeters, 8 centimeters, 8 centimeters, 8 centimeters, mechatech. And you're telling him, Shabbos, he stops. So if what made him stop is the knowledge of today's Shabbos, you see that the point that he forgot is Shabbos. That's what makes him stop. Therefore, you'd be chayv only one chatos, right? Why is it that he stopped? Of course, he also forgot that it's mechatech. But now that you told him Shabbos, that's what made him stop. It's quite wishy-washy. Yeah, we'll get there. The imishu melacha kaporish. Let's say you told him mechatech. Don't you know it's mechatech? Harei melachas biyadoi v'chavel kol achas v'achas. Mechatech, boine, soiser, tzovea, soyer, he's chayv in each and every one. Okay, depends how you warned him. Now, before we continue, there are a lot of questions here. I think what's going through Reb David's mind is Gemara's question, next question. But Lamaisa, Tosfos asks another question. Before we even come to the obvious, Tosfos says, what do you mean? Happens to be, let's say I'm the Mochiach, I'm the Kanoi who comes to the room and see, oh, he's Michal Shabbos. He's missing 2 pieces of information, right? He doesn't know it's Shabbos, he doesn't know it's Mechatech, right? And Boina and Soiser. I happen to be telling him Shabbos, right? But maybe if I would have told him Mechatech, he would have stopped because of that. Even before we ask the obvious question, it's nothing. It happens to be that the Mochiach Bashar, the guy who told him off, told him Shabbos, so he stopped because of Shabbos. Had he told him Mechatech, he's a from guy. Oh, answers the Ritva. Tosfos says something, but the Ritva says very, very clearly, Mamash says B'Shem Rabbeinu Yedidia. I never heard of Rabbeinu Yedidia, I guess a Yedid of the Ritva. Yeah, I also want to be Halavai. So the Ritva says, Azoi, he himself, listen to this. A guy came to the room, says the Ritva, and he told him, that's Loshan Ritva, Ma'ata Oise, what are you doing? He realizes something went wrong. See the guy can't, what are you doing? He understands he's doing an Avera. So if the guy himself, the guy doing the Avera says, oh, it's Shabbos? I'll stop. Then he realized that was his realization. He says, it's Mechatech? Oh, I'll stop. He's the one who initiated. You are very general. You said, Osur, Shiksa, Shegit, what are you doing? Then his response this reveals to you what his mistake was. But the obvious question is, what do you mean? Ravina says to Ravashi, what do you mean? What did I tell you yesterday? As far as I know, I'm not an electrician. For every electric circuit you need a plus and a minus. For every charot on Shabbos, you have to know 2 facts: that today's Shabbos and that it's Osur. So klum porish b'Shabbos elam shum malachos. What do you think? What is it? Oh, Shabbos, Shabbos, Shabbos. Of course, he's only regretting Shabbos, Shabbos, shouting, "Oh, it's Shabbos," only because of malachos. Because obviously, also realize that it's mechatech. In other words, the guys, if you catch me on Shabbos, you can come to my house on Shabbos. You'll see me eating, eating too much, whatever, eating the salads and an endo and the thing and the cholent. You can come, Akiva, across, So then what? And you see me eating, and you tell me Shabbos. I'll continue eating because I don't think it's bad, right? When you say Shabbos and the guy stops, meaning what? He stops, realizing that it's a malacha. You triggered one thing, and a chain reaction, he realizes it's a malacha. He realizes it's Shabbos, and then he also remembers, why is the guy shouting at me? Shabbos, or Shabbos, and subsequently Melacha. Therefore, I should stop. So I don't care which side of the stick you're holding. His charata, his tshuva, obviously is composed of plus and minus of Shabbos and the Melacha. Klum porish me Melacha selam mishum Shabbos, and the other way around. Didn't he stop the Melachas only because of Shabbos? You told him, boine. Who cares? It's boine. You come to me now. Let's you come to me now, and you tell me, oh, phone. Who cares? I'm allowed to use the phone. What's your problem? What's the problem? Only because it's Shabbos. Therefore, the way he was, what triggered him to stop the Melacha doesn't mean anything. Because at the end of the day, in his mind, he put 2 and 2 together. Otherwise, he wouldn't have stopped. Ela loishno. Now this is really tricky. What's loishno? Loishno, and therefore there's no difference. What does no difference means? Look at Rashi. Says Rashi, ve'eino chayv elo achas. Wow, we're back to square one. If you followed the trail, which was maybe a bit difficult, the beginning of the Bryce, not Bryce, at the beginning of the Gemara, we said, who is the one who said you chayv only one and not 39? Rav Nachman. We follow Rav Nachman. It says only Shabbos and not the 39 melachos. The question is why? To be honest with you, I looked in the Ritva, I looked in the Rambam, looked at Mari Kukus, Achroinim, and the Rambam. I can't say I get it 100% clear, but the words that they're saying, and I tried to work on it, Begadol, is that Shabbos is the main issue here. The reason why you're not allowed to do Zohar and Bur Merakad Mechatech and Oitzo and whatever, and Ksiva and Mechika and Memachek is because it's Shabbos. The mother of all, not evil, the mother of all good, the mother of all melachos, the cause for all the melachos is really Shabbos. If you wouldn't be Shabbos today, it wouldn't make a difference. And therefore, Shabbos is a real mistake. The main mistake is not remembering it's Shabbos, because all the details are details within the Isra Shabbos. So if you think that Isra Bechlal doesn't apply, because you're absolutely convinced that today is Wednesday, and it's Shabbos, that is the more basic root mistake. I'm telling you that's the best way I can express what something between the Ritva and Mari Kurkus. Of course, you can ask it the other way around. I know what you can ask me, but this is what the Rishonim believe very strongly, that between the two malach, between the two shgogos, the more dominant shgoga, unless known otherwise, is what? Is Shabbos. Because Shabbos is the reason why all the details are usher. If there wouldn't be Shabbos in the world, there wouldn't be Shabbos today, machpatli. Right? And therefore, they are derivatives of the big picture called Shabbos. Azoi, that's look up the Ritva, look up the Rambam, Marikulkus, that's what they say. Tanan, now we're going to start asking the question which will lead us to Tchumim. Tanan, we're quoting the famous Mishnah Dafa in Gimel, Ovetz Malachas Aboim Choserachas. There are 39 Ovetz Malachas, and then the Mishnah straight away tells us what those 39 are. Va'adinan bo, and we asked the question about the Mishnah, we saw that recently. Minyan al-amali, why do you need a minyan? Why does the Mishnah have to tell me the number of malachas? I know the number, I can count till 39. If he did all 39 malachas, he's chayv on all 39, therefore there's a maximum number of how many chotos can you bring per one Shabbos? 39. Oh, before we continue, that Reb David, I'm addressing what you said before. The Gemara now basically told us that a person who doesn't know about any of the 39, right, and he also doesn't know that today is Shabbos, has to bring what? One chatas, right? So at the end of the day, now I could say that the one who doesn't know any of the 39 still brings only one chatas, because he is now, yes, equivalent to somebody who doesn't know anything about Shabbos. Beforehand, we wanted to differentiate because the Gemara didn't know, is it 1 or 39? So then the Rishonim asked, what do you mean 39? Of course, a guy who doesn't know about today's Shabbos and he doesn't know about any of the 39, it's Amoritz, it's like a kibbutznik, he doesn't know anything at all. And then the Rishonim gave the answer. Now, this is a bit more, now we're one step further. Now we're saying that the guy who doesn't know any of the 39, right, and he also doesn't know today's Shabbos, is considered as a guy who has to bring one big mistake, one big thing. However, we are now saying differently. We're saying that the guy, what did Rabbi Yochanan say? Rabbi Yochanan just told us that a guy who doesn't know about any of the 39 has to bring what? 39 chatois. What is that? Very good. If you're telling me that a guy who doesn't know that today is Shabbos, and he also doesn't know that any of the 39 are Osur, and he still has to bring 39 separate ones, right? And we don't view him as a Tinuk Shanishba. We say each and every one is a separate mistake. Great. Rabbi Yochanan makes terrific sense. The guy, we look at the 39 as 39 compartments. Very nice. Very good. As we said, as we would have said, we don't say that. It's if we said like not like Rav Nachman. Oh, if a guy has Helem Shabbos b'yodoi, he forgot that today is Shabbos, and he has to bring only one, although he also has 39, how would you have the case of Rabbi Yochanan, Bizdoin Shabbos, V'shigigas Malachos, right? The only case Rabbi Yochanan right? The only case of Rabbi Yochanan that could work is that he knows today's Shabbos and there are 39 separate malachos, right? But the question is, what does he know? What does he know about this 39? You're telling me, okay, he knows today's Shabbos, it's going Shabbos, Shkoyach, he knows it's Shabbos, he knows it's Saturday, but he's only mistaken 39. But if each one of the 39, he knows about Shabbos, blah, 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 blah. When you get to 39, it happens to be, boom, you don't know nothing. Let me make it graphically. 1, 2, 3, 4, it's all separate. When you hit 39, imagine yourself when you hit point 39, they all become one. Boom. 39 means you know nothing about Shabbos, nothing significant, right? And therefore, Rabbi Yochanan does make sense. According to Rav Nachman, it says, Helem Zev Zebiyodoi is Chayev 1, is Chayev 1 on all of them, right? Now you're telling me, Don Shabbos Shigas Malachos is Chayev on each one separately. Why is it Chayev separately? What does he know? Hanicha, now, it would have made sense, is Savar like Rabbi Yochanan, if he held like Rabbi Yochanan, if Rav Nachman would hold like Rabbi Yochanan, the Omar, Kemen Shishogag Bekores, Afal Pishezid Belav, remember Rabbi Yochanan versus Rish Lakish? Rabbi Yochanan Aloche Kmoisoi says if the Zodoin was Kores and the Mezid is Lav, which means a person knows that it's also B'Mechal Shabbos, could be all 39, but he has no idea that Kores is there. He does know that it carries with it Isur Kores, and he is called a Shoigig. Very good. Mashkachas lo, Diodele Shabbos, Belav. He knows about Shabbos mitzad delavim, so he's called knowledge of Shabbos. He has Yedias Shabbos. Yedias Shabbos is Zdoin Shabbos. He knows Shabbos is the day supposed to rest. He knows he's a naughty boy. He knows he's not supposed to drive the car, turn on the light, but he thinks it's a minhag. He thinks it's malchus. He does know it's chorus. Very good. And the shogeg is not compartmentalized to 39 small pieces. You bring 39 overs, 39 chotois, because you know about Shabbos. Not knowing is a day of rest, is the national day of shtuyot, of playing soccer. He knows that Shabbos is a day you're not supposed to do many, many things. He doesn't know that it's chorus. Not knowing chorus is a small compartment for each one. So you bring 39, very good. However, Ela Isavar lo ki Rab Shimon ben Lakish. If Rav Nachman holds like Rab Shimon ben Lakish or Shlakish, the Omar ad sheishgog belav v'kores. If you hold like the Shlakish that holds lav and kores, meaning you only call shogeg when you're completely out of it. You're missing the whole picture of the Maisa. You don't know the Torah says not to drive a car. You don't know the Torah says not to do toichen. You don't know. And clearly you don't know the chorus, only then you called Shaygig. If so, Diodele Shabbos b'mai. So what do you know about Shabbos? Yeah, you're telling me 1 and 39, and the 39, each one of the 39, you bring one chatas. That's what the Mishnah said 39, to tell me that you do bring at some point, there is a situation in the world, there's a matzav in your life, you may have to bring 39 chatas. When would that be? If the guy doesn't know about any of the 39, then 39 became one big balagan, it became one big mesh of knowing zero about Shabbos. He knows it's a day of rest because that somebody in television said that. What about Kiddush and Avdolah? They don't count because it's not allowed. What about mitzvahs aseh? It doesn't count. It's not allowed. Yeah, so therefore you should bring one chatas, not 39. And let me just stress, I don't know if you understood, if I explained myself well, it's more of a problem in our sugya, because in our sugya, what are we saying? We're saying, right, the guy doesn't know that it's Shabbos, he doesn't know today's Shabbos, and he doesn't know any of the 39, right? So he has to bring one, right? That makes it even worse. So now I want to go more into it later, to more into that nekuda. But first, let's answer. Let's give the answer, and then I want to see some important Rashis. And so the Gemara, here comes the Tchumin. B'mai diodele betchumin v'alei Akiva. That's the be all end all solution. Answers the Gemara, no. As we answered before, according to Rish Lakish, we must I shouldn't say invent. We must be maybe doichek to say Rish Lakish holds like, and maybe Rav Nachman here also holds like Rabbi Akiva, that the Isra of Tchumin, of walking 2,000 ames or Yud Besmil, you know, some Rishonim hold like the Rambam, that Alpayim ames the Rabbanan and Yud Besmil is the Oraisa. It's much more. That's already the Oraisa. Mokum Mishkan, Mokum Machne Yisrael. So basically, Rabbi Akiva holds that Tchumin is always the Oraisa. Baruch Hashem. So we find one Isra, which is an Isur D'Oraisa on Shabbos, and the guy knows that. That's the only thing he remembers from his religious kindergarten when he was 4 years old. Sadly so. That's what the Ganana told him. That's what he remembers. I wish it was imagination, but these things happen. And now he doesn't know about anything else. So now he knows Shabbos is a day of Isur Melocha, Midoraisa, but he doesn't know about any of the 39. Now, look at the 39 is little dots on the map rather than one big bubble, one big balagan. Therefore, he has to bring 39. Now, I want to I want to explain Rashi now. Oh, 1 second. One second, please. Yeah, Beseda. So basically, the first part of the sugya we said we follow Rav Nachman. The Maskana, Rav Nachman's opinions is as follows: when you forgot today's Shabbos, and you also forgot Lemaskana, Rashi has to change his skin. Lefi the end of the sugya, even Rashi would agree, even 39 melachas. You forgot the today's Shabbos, right? You forgot all 39 melachas. We ignore the 39 melachas. Therefore, it doesn't make a difference whether Rashi and Tosfos Lemaskana. They only argue 39 or less. So what did you know? There's 1 versus 39. Giborim be'ad Rabbi be'ad meotim. The 1 is what makes a difference because not knowing that today's Shabbos is more of a significant thing, and therefore that one thing you don't know that overrides 39. You have only 1. Okay. Now, and that is 1. Now we ask the question. We ask the question from the Mishnah later. The Mishnah said there are 39 melachos. 39 melachos means what? You have 39. If you broke Shabbos in 39 different fashions, you didn't know, you forgot all 39, you have to bring 39 chotos, right? Now, if you're telling me that a guy, Bishlama, now I'm explaining to you better the connection between the two parts. Let's attack Rav Nachman very to the point. That's the point that was missing before. If Rav Nachman wouldn't have said what he said, if I would have to say that somebody forgot that it's Shabbos today and he forgot all 39, has to bring 39, Givaldig, then I would say you view the 39 guy as 39 different compartments, the Seder. But if you're telling me that a person who does know today's Shabbos, right, and he also does know 39, he has to bring 1. So the guy who forgot, who doesn't know about 39 melachos, for him, I don't care if he thinks today's Saturday, Friday, I'm saying Saturday on purpose, Sunday or Monday. Even if he knows it's Saturday, it doesn't make a difference. So the guy doesn't know 39, it's as if he has a calendar mistake, because Shabbos is not Saturday. That's a point which I should have told you. That's a point which now it's clicking. I'm saying again because I want you to understand it. You, Rav Nachman, are telling me that if I forgot 1, I forgot today's Shabbos, I don't care if I forgot 3 melachos, 4 melachos, even 39. If you don't know today's Shabbos, doesn't matter. Yet the Mishnah says a guy doesn't know any of the 39, right? Has to bring 39. That's wrong according to Rav Nachman. Because according to Rav Nachman, a guy doesn't know any of the 39. For him, Shabbos is just any other day. You know America better than me. In Israel, they know it's Shabbos because it says Shabbat Shalom. You know, I passed in Tel Aviv, I heard the radio. I remember with my brother, we were going to freak out. You hear Shabbat Shalom from the radio of the people. Mikam Chesed. Yeah, in America, right? There are Jews who know my maternal grandmother is Jewish, right? That's what they know, right? In Chvesnish, South Dakota. So what? So for them, Saturday is really any other day. If anything, Sunday is a fun day to go to kids' baseball. So therefore, for such a person, if he knows today is Saturday, but he doesn't know about any of the 39, it's clear he doesn't know today's Shabbos. So he mainly should bring 1 chatas, according to Rav Nachman. That's the core of the question. And says the Gemara, no. Either it's Rabbi Yochanan, and the guy's not to complete Amoritz. He knows it's also to do malachas. And he knows he forgot today's Shabbos. Of course, Shabbos. I know Shabbos is a very holy day. You're not allowed to do malacha. I didn't know it's Koris. So there is a difference between Shabbos and the rest of the week for him. And very good. So Mimeli has to bring 39. Right? Right? If he knows today's Shabbos, he has to bring 39. Meshenk and Shlakish, Tchumin. According to Rosh Lakish, he knows 0. He knows, though, that Tchumin is a thing. He knows Tchumin is an Isser. And therefore, for him, there are 39, the little dots. And for him, there is a halachic, a real difference between Shabbos and the rest of the week. He keeps Tchumin. He thinks he's religious. One thing he keeps Tchumin, Baruch Hashem. And he keeps it. Today, he forgot about Shabbos and forgot all the 39. But had he known it's Shabbos, it would have made a difference for him. He would have not walked so far till the end of I don't know, the world. And therefore, there's a difference. That's the answer. Now everything is clicked in. Questions? I'm willing to answer questions now. My fault. Okay, yeah, continue 5 minutes. Okay, here comes fun. Amarove. So now we're talking about Helem and Yediyah. Before we continue, how do you imagine Helem and Yediyah? Meaning, a person had Helem, boom, got hit over the head. He forgot that it's Shabbos, or that it's also to cook on Shabbos, or he forgot it's also to eat Chalev, or he didn't know if this is Chalev. He had some kind of, mental, blackout regarding something. He did the Avera, sadly so, or a few Averas. He had 10 pieces of Chalev. He had a big meal in the flesh there, thinking it's kosher. And then after the 10 pieces of Chalev, oh, it was chelev. Oh, it says in the Bible not to eat chelev. Yeah. Then what? How many chatos? One. Okay. Let's say he forgot about what? Oh, on Shabbos, he forgot today's Shabbos. He did 10 melachas. Then he remembered Shabbos, one chatos. So we always imagine it as being forgetting, doing the malacha, cooking and this and writing and doing, and then remembering one chatos. Or if he forgot two things, then he has to bring one for each shikha, for each elam. The seder? Good. Now, Omarove. Now let's see the following story. Kotzar v'tochan, just examples, can be any malacha. A person harvested, he cut off from the ground, he harvested, v'tochan, and then he also grounded, he grinded, yeah, kegrogeres, yeah, grogeres says Rashi is always a shear of food. Most food on Shabbos for most malachas, the size is a grogeres, which is the dried fig. Okay? Kegrogeres, more than a kazais, as far as I remember. Kota v'tochen kegrogeres b'shigigas Shabbos v'zdoin melochos. Meaning, he knew it is Osir, but he forgot that it's Shabbos. Remember the chart I gave you today? There's one circle, one forgetfulness, one shikha that contains ktsira and tchina. And then and he did not remember that he did the malacha. Listen carefully. He realized that ktsira and tchina. He realized that he knows now that ktsira v'tchina. He realized now that it's Shabbos. He knows that it's Shabbos, but my friends, he didn't remember that he did the avera. Yes. Look at Rashi. He realized, he saw people who Shtrimelech walking down the street. He realized it's Shabbos now. Obazoi, he didn't know that he did the malacha. So he's not yet into his full senses. And what happened next? In came automatically another mistake. The chazal, the kotzel, the tochen kegrogeres. He did another grogeres of ktsira and tchina, both malachas. This done Shabbos v'shigigas malachos. And then he realized it's Shabbos. I told you he did. In the morning, what did he do? He forgot it's Shabbos. He woke up late. He walked around with his pajamas. He did all kinds of work in the kitchen. Then he remembered that it's Shabbos, but he didn't know he did Davera. So he's not regretting. He didn't bring a korban, right? And now he has a new shikha, a new forgetfulness, new helem. What's the new helem? Now he forgot that it's also to do ktsira and tchina. That's what he forgot now. Yeah, bang on the hand. Now, boom. Now, Shalashu, this time, his shver came to visit. All of a sudden, he realizes everything is beginning to come back to life. Slowly, the memory is beginning to work. And now, all of a sudden, he realizes now, I did ktsira v'tchina with a mistake of Shabbos. He realizes, in the morning of Mechalal Shabbos, you're right. It's 3:00 in the afternoon. I realized at 10:00 backwards, retroactively was Shabbos, and now Shalashu this time. I remember I really did Ktsira and Tchina. Oh my gosh! Now the realization came for the first set of Melochos. Rashi says something very important. I'm preparing you for the weekend. It's a hard weekend. You should know it's a hard Gemara coming. Says Rashi, he was mafrish a korban. Yeah, hifrish chatos. Yeah, later on you'll see. Let's continue now. Soon you see the Rashi. V'chozar b'noidelo al ktsira ve'al tchina shezdon Shabbos v'shigaras malachos. Later on Motzei Shabbos, he realized, in the afternoon when I knew it was Shabbos, but I didn't know ktsira v'tchina also. Now the rabbi in the Motzei Shabbos shir telling me it's also. So he had two realizations. One realization about the big sin of Shabbos, the big forgetfulness, and one about the two compartmentalized ones, the two small ones. Says Rashi, and I'm reading Rashi. The kol sheken either on ktsira tchina or on both. Continue. Shigig Shabbos v'zdon malachas v'hifrish chatos. The chatos zu mechaper al shtein. The chadu de mechayev alei. Which means when you're mafrish chatos on your first avera, Your mafresh chatas, you set aside the shepsele, you set aside the shepsele for the morning avera, of the big avera, of the whole forgetfulness of the whole Shabbos. That covers both ktsira and tchina. Now we're going to see how hitchhiking piggyback is working. Ktsira says Rove, ktsira goreres ktsira, v'tchina goreres tchina. Then we say like this: if you forgot, and now you're mafresh korban on the big one that contains ktsira and tchina in the circle, in the helem, now ktsira and ktsira are friends. Because between the ktsira of 9 o'clock in the morning and 3 o'clock and afternoon, nothing, there was no yediyah. And it's the same malacha, so now they're connected. And the tchina, yeah, now tchina and ktsira are together in the same loop of the morning chatas. And the tchina brings another friend. One friend brings a friend. In Hebrew, say chaver mevi chaver. The ktsira brings the ktsira of the afternoon. The tchina of the afternoon. And all in all, you have to bring only one chatas for the morning, and because the ktsira of the morning and the ktsira of the afternoon of the smaller specific mistakes are all connected to the morning, because there was no full yediyah. There was no regretting, boom, I was mechal Shabbos. So it's all one big happy family. That's what Rabbi says. One second. What happens if you remember the afternoon one first? You remember ktsira separately and tchina separately. Ktsira, let's say, only remembered ktsira. He only remembered he did ktsira in the afternoon. Ktsira goes ktsira v'tchina she'ima. Ktsira brings the friend of the ktsira of the morning that contains tchina with it. So ktsira of the afternoon is bringing two friends, ktsira, because they're connected, and ktsira and tchina in the same club. The tchina she'kenegda bimkoima imedis. The tchina of the afternoon, no. A third friend you can bring already into the car. Yeah, this is the morning stuff. This is ktsira and tchina together, mistake in the morning. This is ktsira of the afternoon, tchina of the afternoon. The ktsira, the small one of the afternoon, you realize, oh, I did ktsira, and together you also realize the ktsira of the tchina afterwards, but you're mafresh already a korban. The korban, the ktsira, helps ktsira, and ktsira and tchina are one lump sum package deal. But the tchina over here in the afternoon, no, that's too late. One friend brings one friend. Too many. How many people can come into my car, right? Abaye Omar, no. Tchina namagures tchina shem tchina achasi adkan. Abaye says no. Chaver mevi chaver 3 times. The ktsira of the afternoon that you remembered brings ktsira and tchina, the friend, and tchina, which is together with ktsira, brings her tchina because she's together with her because no yediyah between the two tchinas. So Rove says one grera, one dragging in, and Abaye says 2 greras. That's what Abaye and Rove. By the way, many people say here it's not called Rove, it's Rabba. You know why? Because M'chlokes Abaye and Rove, Abaye is always mentioned first. When Abaye and Rove always talk, Abaye is always first, Omar Abaye, and then Rove. Why? Because Abaye was older and was also became Rosh Hashiva first. Abaye usually halacha is not lakim, as we know, except for 6 cases, halacha is like Rove. But the narrative is always Rove is being mentioned first. So here, Abaye is mentioned first. So therefore, since Rove is first, I say it's not Rove, it's Rabba. Atzlocha v'rocha. So tomorrow, Atzlocha, Friday and Shabbos. It's I don't want to deter you, right? But Lamaisa, you're going to work hard. Tell your wives you can't cook tomorrow because you're. Tell them I said it. Anyway, and Atzlocha v'rocha to everybody. Again, I'm sorry I'm late. Hopefully now it's a new computer, new matzav. Koyach Godel b'yoyser. Thank you very much.